Hi guys, welcome to my nail channel. So for my first nail video, I just wanted to bring something super simple, very beginner friendly, since I also consider myself to be a beginner. In this video, I use Valentino Soft Touch Acrylic with natural nail tips. So I'm starting off by pushing back the cuticle to expose as much of the natural nail bed as I can, just softly pushing it back. Now I'm going in with a cuticle bit. This is a fine bit, and it just helps get into the corners of the natural nail to help lift up any of the dead cuticle or dry cuticle that's on the nail plate. This is the first bit I use in my steps of prepping the natural nail. After that bit, I use a cuticle clean bit. This bit really helps shave off the dead cuticle off the natural nail. I love this bit, and it really helps me in prepping and making sure that all the cuticle is gone and that my sets last longer. So after this bit, I use a third bit. And the third bit I use is just a sanding band, a fine sanding band that I change between every client. You want to make sure you change these and your files and your buffers and your cuticle pushers between each client. So now I'm just going in and removing the shine off the natural nail. This just, of course, helps the acrylic adhere to the natural nail bed. You don't want any shiny spots. That'll help with lifting, and we want to reduce lifting as much as we can. So after dusting the nails, I just go in and file the length of her natural nails. They weren't very long, but I just wanted to even them out and to make sure all the tips are going to be even and equal once they're applied. Now I'm going in with my natural nail tips from Amazon. If you guys want, I can leave the link in the description. These nail tips used to be $7.99 before Corona, and now they're $19. Ridiculous, but I'm still gonna buy them. I've been using them probably a year or more now. These are the only tips I use, and I just don't want to try any new ones, so I'm still gonna pay that price. Hopefully after all this goes away, these tips will go back down, but even when they don't, I'm going to keep them. And I turned her hand around just to make sure all of the tips were not crooked and that they were even against each other. So after adding the tips, I'm just going in and cutting them. I cut the other hand already, so now I'm going to measure them against each other and make sure they're all the same length. Sometimes I cut a little longer than the other hand just to make sure I'm not cutting too short, even though she wanted them pretty short anyway. I just want to make sure they're not going to be extremely short. Now I'm going in and blending in the tip. This just helps for a more seamless application. You don't have to file the length of the tip. You can just file where the natural nail and the tip meet. But I personally just have always filed the length of the tip. I don't know, it makes me feel better. It also gives the acrylics another rough surface to adhere to. It just gives me peace of mind instead of applying it over that shiny nail. Now I'm just going in with shaping. She wanted a square shape. Really, it's the only shape you can do with nails this length. So now I'm just going in and redefining the shape. The nails are already square, but I wanted to make sure they were sharp and perfectly square. No roundiness, no flareness. I wanted them to be perfectly square. And again, I'm using an 80-100 grit file. I got these files from my local nail supply. I'm in Chicago, so there aren't many nail supplies like how there are in Houston, but now I'm just turning around the nail to make sure and get a different view from the client's perspective, and making sure they're all even and all squared and lined up sidewall to sidewall, and there aren't any flared edges. With square, there isn't much shaping you have to do. Really, it's definitely one of the easiest shapes. Now I'm going in with Mia's Secret dehydrator. I use that, 2 coats of that, and then I go in with 2 coats of Young Nails Protein Balm. I feel like adding 2 coats also has helped with my sets lasting longer, of both the dehydrator and the primer. I've never not used the dehydrator, and it just makes me feel better that I know there's no shine on the nail and the nail is extremely dry, so the acrylic will adhere perfectly. With short nails, I normally do about 2 to 3 beads. I like to work with small beads, especially with short nails, because they can get bulky really fast, and that's not what you want. You don't want bulky short nails. You still want an apex, you still want them to look natural, but you don't want them to look thick. So I use about 2 to 3 beads, maybe more, and I just use as needed. But I'm not trying to make the nails thick or bulky, just even and smooth. And I'm also using Mia's Secret monomer. I've tried Young Nails monomer with different products, and I just always go back to Mia's Secrets. It's cheaper. I've been using it since I've started doing nails, and I have no complaints. Mia's Secret Mia's Secret monomer works well with powders that are Mia's Secret. If they are, it's going to be runny, but I found the combination of Young Nails powder and Mia's Secret monomer gives me the perfect consistency to build up a nail. When I was only using Mia's Secret powder and monomer, I could not build a nail to save the life of me. So I finally decided to try a different powder, and the combination works well. Either Mia's Secret powder and Young Nails monomer, or Young Nails monomer and Mia's Secret powder, or Mia's Secret monomer and Young Nails powder. Those combinations work really well, for me at least, for not having such runny acrylic when you're just using Mia's Secret. I really like the combination I use now, and I have no complaints, and my nails have definitely improved since I've used this combination of products. But the product I'm using in this video is Mia's Secret monomer and Valentino Soft Touch. And Valentino application is really smooth. I really like all the colors I have from them. I only have 4 of their colors, but they just go on so smooth. So I'm definitely looking forward to buying more of their colors. And these nails went by so fast. It normally takes me an hour to 2 depending on the style of set. This set only took me an hour to do, and I'm very happy with the timing and how they came out. They came out great, and my timing has gotten so much better as more time goes along with me doing nails and really figuring out what I'm doing. But these nails are really quick and really simple to do. Very easy, very beginner friendly. If you want to start doing your own nails, I would say get some Milky White acrylic and go. And this entire video is sped up, of course. I'm not moving this fast when I'm doing nails. I actually really take my time, especially around the cuticle area. But this video is sped up. And now I'm just going in and reshaping the nails. Again, we're going for a very precise square shape. and I'm just going in on the side walls and making sure I'm cleaning up any acrylic that could have got on the skin and just redefining the shape. Sorry for being out of frame. Like I said, this is my first nail video, so I hope it gets a lot better. I'm just turning the nails around again to see from the client's view how the nails look and get a really good square shape and a very flat free edge. Now I'm just measuring them against each other to make sure both hands are even, because that's the last thing you want, for one hand to be longer than the other. Or noticing that when you're taking pictures, so I just like this as a precautionary step. So now I'm going in and filing the entire nail. This was probably the hardest thing for me to learn how to do and how to do well, but it definitely does start with your application. If your application is good, then you won't need to file as much, and you won't need to file as much around the cuticle. If it's flush and it's thin right there, all you have to do is go over it a few times and seal the cuticle area. But I would definitely say this was one of the hardest things for me to learn how to do, and I'm still learning. Sometimes my cuticle area is too thick and I have to file a lot down, and other sets is better, but this is definitely one of the hardest things to learn for me personally when I was first learning to do nails. It's still a struggle some sets, but it's definitely gotten a lot better as time has gone on. So now I'm going in with a buffer and just continuing to file any imperfections that I see. But this is the buffing step before I apply the top coat. And I use Mia's Secret Glass Finish. I used to use IBD. I didn't really like that one, but now I'm considering going back to it, because Mia's Secret, after so long, I've seen clients come back and the coat is just discolored, and I don't want to continue using a product that isn't the best. So if you guys have a top coat that you guys recommend, I would definitely appreciate it. And this is the end of the video. She got them glossy, and I'm going to apply the top coat, put it in light for 60 seconds, and voila. And these were the finished products.